What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Rue's Reviews, and today we are chatting about the Phantom Mini by Hyde and Rezi. So, let's get into this. Yes, thank you very much indeed for tuning in again. If you haven't been here before, my name is Rue, and I do weird things for a living, including this review channel. This is the Phantom Mini by Hyde and Rezi. So, in my last review, I reviewed the Phantom Stage, which I think is a brilliant prop. This I've been using a hell of a lot more because, well, I'm mainly a close-up worker. Predominantly a close-up worker, and something like this just sits in my pocket. Look how small and cool this packaging is. The packaging itself is one of my favourite things, but let's just get into what Phantom Mini does. The Phantom Mini is a picture, in this case a Polaroid, of Harry Houdini, and as you're looking at it, he slowly reveals a card from his inside jacket pocket, and this card can just be the final reveal, or you can change it to another card. Along with this package, you are also going to get a couple of other things like you did with the stage version as well. You get the baby gag, which I mentioned in the stage version, which is Harry Houdini shows a photo of a baby. It's clearly just a generic looking baby. And then with a little wave, it becomes Marilyn Monroe in the case. That is your celebrity that you force. You also get the FU gag, which is brilliant. I love it. It's really funny. It's just Harry Houdini just giving you the middle finger. I won't do it on camera just in case anyone screenshots that. He gives you the middle finger as he brings his hand up, and then that middle finger suddenly impales the two of hearts. I think that's a great little gag joke because it clearly shows they're not taking gimmicks like this too seriously. I think I mentioned in the stage version that, you know, it's clearly some sort of mechanism. People aren't really going to think, oh wow, that's really like a magic thing happening. It's a nice visual moment that's happening, but it's clearly something's going on. But with the finger, with the FU thing, I think it's just pure jokes. Absolutely love that. But let's just have a look at this packaging for a second, because the packaging itself is one of the coolest things about this product, in my opinion. The packaging really helps keep this safe. For one, it's a really nice material. It feels kind of like cardboard, but it's like a soft cardboard. I don't know exactly what it's made out of. I think this is kind of cool though. You can do this and it shows the a little question mark behind that. I think that's really cool. On the back of this, you get your tutorial and everything. This can be discarded, but you get the main gimmick, and you also get a. Let me get that in focus. You get the main gimmick, and you also get a duplicate. So that duplicate is to switch out. You also get in here. This is really cool, actually. I'm just going to cover that bottom bit there. You also get the two little bits that you need to do the switches and changes and switch things out with, and a little message from Rezi as well. I think that is really cool. The actual packaging itself, I can't fault at all. It's one of the nicest small packaged things that I've seen in a long time within Magic. Okay, so let's have a look at what the gaff looks like. This is what you get. This is the picture of Harry Houdini as a Polaroid picture, which is kind of cool. And at a moment's notice, you can show it front and back like I just did. With a little wave, you see the three of hearts slowly come out from Houdini's jacket pocket, which I think is really cool. It's a nice, fun moment. And then with a little flick, or I'll do a shake actually, I'll do a little shake just like this, you can see that it changes to the 8 of spades. And this all happens behind the picture inside the Polaroid. The mechanism itself is very similar to the mechanism that's in the stage version of Hyde. I think that's the idea. This was the initial version that Rezi came to Hyde with. This is what they came with, and they were like, well, let's make it into a stage version as well as a mini version, and they've done a great job on both, in my opinion. There's nothing major that can go wrong and break within these. The actual gimmicks of the cards that change themselves are made out of paper, so there is a chance that over time they might perish, but they are all self-contained within that Polaroid picture, so they're going to be very well protected whilst traveling or whilst gigging. Now, this can be examined at the end, but one little gripe I have is that the gaff Polaroid, which is this one here, I'll try and get this in focus, that's the gaff Polaroid. It looks like that. The gimmicked Polaroid looks like this, and I don't know if you can tell that well on camera. It's going to be very subtle, but this is the gaff. This is the gimmick. The gaff looks slightly lighter, maybe slightly lighter than the actual gimmick. So gimmick here, gaff here. Gimmick here, regular photo here. You can, I don't know if you can see that, maybe it's just me. I don't think that would sort of, you know, be something to worry about in a performance situation. It's just something that I'm picking up on here just because I'm being nitpicky as a reviewer, but the regular one definitely looks a little bit darker than the gaff. However, I wouldn't worry about that in a real world performance. You just switch them out and you'll be fine, I'm sure. I haven't switched them out yet because I haven't actually found a need to. Whenever I've done this, and it's really cool. It actually reminds me of another effect that I had years ago, which was a moving pips effect. And I've missed having those animated cards or those sort of things on me. And yeah, I love doing moving pip effects. So this kind of reminded me of that. When performing it, you get this real sort of what the fuck moment, right? Everyone's like, what is going on? Because it's so cool and it's so intricate and it's all happening right in their eye line. Everything's happening right in front of them. But I've never felt the need to hand out for examination, you know, because what kind of happens is it's the change is happening, another flick's happening, you do the reveal, and then by the end of it, you just move on to something else. You know, you don't have to then have everything examined just as a justification. I think we all think of that as magicians. Everything has to be justified. Everything has to be examinable at the end and all this kind of stuff. And I think, yeah, sort of reasonable justification is fine. Why would you have a picture of Harry Houdini on you in the first place? You're a magician, you're a weirdo. It kind of makes sense. But it doesn't have to be examined. They can actually touch the front here, right? So they can touch that. I can show them that, right? Not all, it can't be examined too closely, obviously. And it can be flashed at the back as well, so I can do that before making the card appear, like so, and then change, like so. So, you know, it's quite a cool, you know, little thing. It's almost like a throwaway kind of gag moment in some cases. Some cases it can be really the focal moment and you can make it all about this. But if you're making it all about this, then you should switch it out at the end. The tutorial itself, well, I can't really tell you too much about the tutorial. The tutorial that I got was an early kind of press edition of the tutorial, and it's just Sergey chatting about how the gimmick works and like the sort of basics of the gimmick. I'm sure there is another tutorial coming for you guys that purchase it. I believe I've seen a little clip of Rezi and Sergey in a studio somewhere, so I'm sure that the actual tutorial will be a lot more fleshed out than what I saw. In the tutorial that I saw, it didn't show how to actually switch out the hands too well. I wish it did, but it didn't show that, but it will probably show you a more detailed explanation in the professional, real sort of tutorial that you guys are going to get with the product. The gimmick Polaroid itself, even though extremely well made, you are able to open it so that you can get to the parts to fix it, which is great. You're able to do that. However, when you open it, the chances are that the Polaroid can flex and bend a little bit, meaning that sometimes the operation of the gimmick inside it won't work exactly how it's meant to. But this is easily fixable and solvable within the gaff itself. What I've actually done is taken to affixing some double stick tape in some little key points on this gaff, which I can easily open up and adjust the gaff inside if I need to. But it just gives me that extra little peace of mind when performing that everything's gonna work exactly how it should. And that's it from me, guys. Not much more to say. I absolutely love this product. This is such a cool little addition. I think if they just released this and not the stage version, everyone would be going crazy. The fact that they've released the stage version as well just shows that they're trying to think of all options for different types of performers. Being able to put this in your pocket and go is absolutely brilliant. If I took everything out of here, I would just carry this just as it is in this little protective case here and just have that one gaff gimmick inside it. Really, really cool, because that way you don't have to put it in your wallet and worry about it bending or creasing or breaking or anything like that. You can have it like this, chuck it into your pocket, and it's really quite sturdy, this. Thank you very much indeed, Sergey, for sending me this for review. I absolutely love it, and the fact that it's going into my actual gigging set speaks volumes. You guys know what to do. Smash the like, subscribe, notification bell. Links are below, and I will see you all in the next reviews. Ciao.